You are now listening to the J Ade podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. What up, everybody, man? And welcome to episode 5 of the J.I.D. podcast, man. It's your boy J.I.D. in the building, man. Before I start, man, I gotta start with the shameless plug once again, man. Follow your boy on Instagram at Joe the Great. That's JOETHEGR number 8, man. You already know what time it is. Make sure you follow my podcast page as well. That's j.ide.pod. And Ide is spelled A-D-E. For y'all slow-mos out there, and I'm gonna say it to y'all every single week. On today's episode, we have one guest that we already had come through, and we have a new guest on the show. So we're going to let the new person introduce herself first, and then we're going to go into our regular comer we got. So, young lady, introduce yourself. What's your name? Where you from?
So, my name's Kirsten.
Okay.
At KR. Shameless plug on Instagram.
That's D-O-T.
At the Black Renaissance.
Hey, turn up.
That's the business.
Support black business, man.
From the DMV.
Known
you for a grip now.
That's a fact, man.
High school.
Go way back.
Pitt,
yeah, facts.
H2P.
Facts.
We out here.
All right, homeboy. What's your name? Where you from, man? You a regular on the show.
It's your boy DinaTime. We back at it again.
Okay.
Appreciate my boy bringing me back on. Follow me on the gram. I'm back on there. I told y'all last time I was on a break.
Yeah.
2-3 months. But DinaTime _ that's DINATIM.
Boy! Hooked up on. He trying to be like me, man. Come on, don't try to say home
because
niggas.
a lot of people don't know how to spell Dina.
That's facts.
That's facts.
That's right. No, I'm talking about the T-I-M. You try to say T-I-M-E. You said T-I-M.
So DinaTime, so DINATIME _ Follow me on there.
Get it out. All right, cool, man. So, like I said, man, this is episode 5 of the J.I.D. podcast. We've been talking about a lot of controversial topics. Like I said before, we've been all about society, culture, and controversy. We're getting really good feedback as of late. Got our poll thing going on week to week where we discuss controversial topics. I let the people kind of discuss the topics a bit and vote on it and stuff like that. And this week's topic is: do soul ties exist after every intimate relationship you have, regardless of if sex was involved? So I let Kirsten introduce herself first. So I'm going to let my boy Dina answer the question. Yes or no?
Well, back to episode 2, I had stated about the soul ties.
Oh, redemption. He said he got something to get off his chest.
And a lot of people misconstrue what I meant by they do exist after every interaction.
Okay.
So I'm gonna still stand by that. Yes, every soul ties do exist, but they're not synonymous with the soul and the body, as I mentioned the last time, right?
Okay. So what exactly are you trying to clarify here? Like, that's what I'm trying to
basically clarifying the soul and body are different.
Okay.
But soul ties definitely do exist.
Okay. And what do you think, Kirsten?
I feel like it's dependent on how that interaction ends.
Okay.
So I have situations where it may have been intimacy involved and we might have parted ways cordially.
Right.
So, yeah, I feel like those ties still exist. But I feel like if I parted ways with you in a negative sense, or if I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to mess with you no more or whatever.
Right.
I feel like innately, I might just cut those ties off.
Okay, and that's a physical tie that you're cutting off, though.
No, I feel like that's a soul tie. Like, I'm not connected to you no more. Like, if you cause me a certain level of emotional pain, I know for me, I'm cutting all those emotional ties. Eventually.
I don't think it's that easy.
It's not easy.
No, but that's what I'm saying, though. Like, when we say the soul ties, it's something that's like unbreakable. I don't want to sound cliche, but
how is it unbreakable, though? Like, so... Because
it's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual realm.
But she's saying that she can consciously cut off her soul from a person even after physically cutting that person off.
I don't know.
It's like, I feel like it's the same way, like, with a certain amount of work. Like, you may feel like you love somebody, right?
Right.
With a certain amount of effort, a certain amount of work, a certain amount of time, like, maybe just, like, your definition of love might change. Maybe your definition of intimacy might change.
Right.
As you grow older, as you experience different things. So I feel like it only makes sense that some of those soul ties should be reevaluated. Like, if I feel like I was connected with you based on one definition of intimacy, and I'm like 16, and then I grow up,
exactly.
I've experienced certain things, I'm now 25, yeah, that tie might not be there no more. And I feel like
Facts.
You see that. Like, I have exes that I was with, and I never thought I'd not care about them no more. But now as an adult, my priorities have changed, how I feel changes, what my values are is different. So we not connected like we were once before.
I agree with that, bro. And like that's my point too. So the question was, do they exist in every intimate relationship you have, right? So I would say no. Because I could be intimate with you non-sexually. And that plays into it too. So a lot of people were saying that, you know, if sex is involved, there's a soul tie, period. Didn't you say that, Dina? Were you the one that said that?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, that's a.
I don't think that's true, bro.
No, I
like,
don't think so either.
I think there's a way for you to be close with somebody and have sex with them and potentially not have a soul tie associated with it.
Nah, man, trust me. I feel like when people say stuff like that, they're in denial of their true emotions.
How so?
Because it goes back to what we talked about on the previous episode. The soul tie that you have is because you met that person and you, like, even if it was a one-night stand, the fact that you were intertwined with that person, right?
Nah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you finish your thought real quick, but then I have to disagree.
Listen, I know this for a fact because it's a spiritual thing.
It's not a fact.
You can't tell me that you can't tell me that there's not a girl that you never thought about.
Especially a one night stand, bro. A one night stand, a situation where, let's say, I made this example before too. A situation where you literally meet a girl out at a club. You know, she pulls up or you pull up to her spot. That's that on that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go about y'all lives.
Right. Like, I feel like a lot of times people like to say that intimacy and sex are synonymous,
And
or you have to have one in order to have. You don't. Because for someone like me, I've been in positions where, like, maybe I was fucking with somebody, right? Mm-hmm. We stopped talking, but the sex was good.
Right.
So I might not like you, I might not care for you, but the sex was good.
That's a soul tie.
How is that a soul tie?
How is that a soul tie? That's recreational. That's like
that's
a recreational activity.
A lot of people think that, oh, just because it feels good, I'm gonna keep doing it. Nah, it's more than just the physical aspect of it.
How is it
Not
more?
Always,
How is it more?
I'm trying to tell you, your mind has literally told you that you like your mind literally has told you that you like this feeling, right?
This feeling,
the
yes.
physical feeling, right?
This feeling, right?
Right.
But at the same time, you can get that same physical feeling from other people.
You cannot.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't, because you don't. No, because you done been with girls. Nah, you done been with girls where you had sex with them and you was like, that shit was lit. And you done been with girls, you was like, that shit was weak.
Poop, yeah, poop.
And it don't matter if you like her, don't like her, whatever the case may be. There's levels.
As a man, I could say this, and I'm not even going to front about this. I've felt boxes that felt the same as the next girl's box.
Okay.
Exactly.
Which just perpetuates the idea of not having a soul tie, bro. Like,
no, but if you continuously mess with that same person, when you know you can, if I have two girls, right? Mm-hmm. And I know for a fact the sex is good with both of them.
Right.
But I continuously do it with one girl more than the other. Mm-hmm. That's a soul tie.
Okay,
but that's not the sex itself. That's the feeling for the girl.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think
I'm talking about a girl that I don't like. I'm talking about a girl that I don't like.
Okay, and I think that's different. So you said that even in a one-night stand situation, and I think that's where the question comes in every scenario does a soul tie exist? And I think that in some scenarios, they may exist to a certain degree. So, like, let's say, you know, like you said, it's a girl where you guys are consistently doing stuff, right? If that's the case, you know what I'm saying, there's a chance that you might feel some sort of emotional attachment. But if it's a one-night thing, bruh, and you literally never see this girl again, and you think about her, that's literally a memory at that point. That has nothing to do with your souls being tied to each other.
Right, and the thing is, like he said, like if you said the sex was the same between the two girls,
right?
But there's a reason that you're continuously having sex with one girl over the other. There's clearly something else,
right?
There,
right?
That's different.
So I just doing my daily scroll throughs on the gram.
Okay.
And I saw a post that says every man you have sex with deposits and leaves a part of his soul in you. How many soul ties are you walking around with?
I wish y'all could see my eye roll.
That's not true.
That literally blows me because I feel like we're really in an era where, like, as a woman, I can just have sex with you, bro, and that's that.
Facts.
Why do you feel
that's
like,
facts.
Men really feel like
and this post is not subjective to women. This post is
it literally says every man. It don't say nothing about a woman.
Hey, I mean,
it says every man. Men really feel like because they've had sex with you
now. It's a picture of a woman, though.
Yeah, because he's depositing himself inside her.
Ooh.
Right. But what I'm saying is, how many women are depositing themselves inside of me?
Well, where's that post at?
I can make a post like that. You want me to make one right now?
Make
and
one.
And let it go viral?
Make one.
But the point of the matter is,
deposit.
No.
the point of the matter is the post is true.
It's not.
I don't think you deposit your soul in every person.
It's
I
not.
think you do, bro.
No.
Every time you dipping in that joint.
And if that's the case, then can you speak to the men that deposit themselves in anybody, any and everybody, everywhere?
Look, I try to tell all my boys. I try to tell them, like, you know, if you moving at a fast pace, kind of slow down, bro. Because no matter what, you may not think that, oh, this one night stand, I'm never gonna think about her again. She might be thinking about you. But you've already.
But at that point, hey, I'm sorry to say, that's kind of on her.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
It is on her.
Cause you don't believe
on her.
You don't believe in karma?
How's that karma? So let's say, right, like I said, club situation once again, you meet the girl, like literally you did not know she existed at 10 p.m., you meet her at midnight. Y'all slide. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do whatever y'all do in the crib, and that's it.
Right, like,
at that point,
you have a piece of me?
If she's thinking
you don't
about,
even know me.
Exactly.
You don't know my name. You don't know my story. You don't know
Exactly.
how could
As
you
long as he
possibly
got a
have
piece of that
me?
ass, he got a piece of you.
Okay, you might have got a piece of that ass.
He got a piece of that ass.
Not
We
a
don't
piece
know
of your
you.
soul.
He got a piece of you.
Not a piece.
He
How?
don't got you. No.
So when like hypothetically speaking, I mean, this is to go off on a little tangent.
Yeah.
You about to get married, right? And
Right.
your future husband or future wife asks you body count, right?
Childish. Go ahead.
I
He's
was gonna
childish,
say-
but go ahead.
Let's talk about it.
Don't ask me no damn body count.
Let's talk about it. Now continue.
Wait, hold up. Pause.
Uh-oh.
Why can't he ask you?
Oh.
He can ask me, but like
I might
at
not
a
answer,
certain
though.
level,
You gonna
I'm
lie?
gonna answer. I'm not gonna lie because what I do is what I do. I'm never ashamed of anybody
Okay.
that I catch.
Mhm.
But like, what's the purpose? I did it. It's done. I had sex. You had sex. I had sex. In the moment, I felt like it was right for me. In the moment, you felt like it was right for you.
I want to
Who
know
are
what's
we
in
to
that.
judge?
I want to know what's in that Pokeball. If you try and catch them all, I need to know.
Then you get a test.
I need
You can test that
I need to
out.
know because you talk about.
Nah.
You talk about it's childish. I really feel like it matters because
Because it doesn't
I
matter
don't
the number. Now, if we're talking about a level of safety as adults, we should all have accurate and
Facts.
up-to-date tests.
Facts.
We can get tested. Anybody that has sex with me, my tests are very accurate and up-to-date. You can get that paperwork.
you
But
got to.
that don't
That
got nothing to do with the number.
Let's
Yeah.
be real. Niggas is not going to the clinic to get tested.
I don't know about
I
your
be-
niggas, but
I
my
be
niggas,
getting-
we going
tested.
to the clinic.
I be getting tested. And
We
I'm
black.
miles,
Look,
You get-
STD rates
you
are
get
very
tested
high in our
regularly, or do you
community.
get tested when you get a scare?
Damn, man.
No
Oh,
such
hey.
thing. If I have,
let's
for
be
me,
real.
Hey,
look,
niggas get-
after every partner that I have, I get a test.
Because you're a woman. Y'all get tested when y'all go to the GYN, correct?
You don't go to the first the gyno.
It's not called GYN?
My man, whoa.
OB?
That's what it
GYN?
stands. That's what it stands for, though, right? You know, that's a little abbreviation.
But regardless,
You know what
nah,
I mean.
I don't. No, literally, if I have a, because but I'm educated. I know that like things are floating around, but
you're a different breed.
I'm not a different breed because the women that are in my circle, we value our
get
health.
tested.
We get tested.
You get tested
I
all the
was
time.
talking to my homegirl the other day, like we gotta go get tested just so we up to date.
Not,
Women,
okay,
women, yes.
but no. In
How many of
undergrad,
your niggas
no,
you know
okay,
regularly getting tested?
in undergrad especially, bro, niggas definitely used to make moves to the clinic on fours.
Why? Because your shit
It's
was
like-
Like, and that
No,
pause-
not even. Also, I'm like, damn, niggas haven't got tested in a minute. Like,
Yeah,
niggas
like,
probably
that shit
slide.
like-
Yeah, exactly.
But
a
it's-
minute.
but it's never-
A minute.
but it's never-
But she's
but-
saying that her and her homegirls get tested regularly. But you cannot tell me that you got out of 5 of your niggas, right? Get tested every 6 months.
But I don't know that I can attest to that because no.
Definitely.
Do you even get tested every 6 months?
Yes.
No, I
Yes,
can attest
that's
to
a
that because
fact.
I've even been with guys that'll say to me like, "I've been tested. When was the last time you've been tested?" Like, I don't know about that.
Nah, niggas, especially now, bro,
Yeah,
man, you can't
I
trust
feel like
nobody.
people are-
I feel like our generation is not proactive enough. I feel like niggas don't get tested until they start to feel
Some type of
bumps.
symptoms, but
And that's
you know.
some, but I feel like don't count them out. Like a lot
I
of
mean,
people
but,
are.
it's scenarios like that, and there's also scenarios where it's just like, yo, I feel like I should get tested because I haven't got tested in a minute. And
Yeah.
you gotta respect both though. If you got the symptoms,
Right.
nigga, I would hope you go get tested.
Bottom
Shit.
line is, if you getting tested, like I'm proud of you for getting tested.
Hey, so we're gonna make this a get tested. Little,
yeah,
Hey,
shameless
man.
plug.
Little
Take
segue.
your ass to the clinic.
If you're listening to this, please get tested.
Go to your local
Know
clinic.
your status.
Know your status. Yes.
Know your
And
status.
if your status.
But no,
is...
honestly though, back to like the whole, if I ask you and you like you tell me this like, oh, it doesn't really matter, I'm honestly gonna think that, all right, man, whatever soul ties this girl has, she's now bringing it to me. So like,
but if she doesn't care to share, doesn't that kind of show you that she doesn't really have soul ties like that? You feel me?
No.
I feel like
it can go either way.
But I know a lot of girls that like are like super like hell bent on the body count thing, and that's because they know like, yo, like how many ever niggas I mess with, like, you know, I connected with him, like I like him, you know, kind of thing. And
soul tie.
I don't know about that. I just feel like
that's what I'm saying though.
Like, and this is like a conversation I've recently been having with my male friends.
Okay.
Like, I feel like that body count question only comes into play when like a girl is trying to determine whether her behavior is like hoish or not. I don't feel like that number would really matter to you unless you was like, ooh, I might be on some hoe shit.
Yeah.
Like, for me, my count is my count. I did what I did. I can account for every person. I can tell you when, and that's that.
Okay.
But there's some girls out here that they number a little shaky, and I feel like the only time that body count number comes into play, at least for a female, is when they're trying to like validate some idea that they may or may not be a
some
hoe.
Insecurities.
Right. Other than that, like, we have sex. Like, we're young. Like, what do you expect?
Nah,
we have sex.
Don't throw that young thing. We're not young.
Nah,
we're
not
young, man.
We young.
I'm young.
You're 23 and above. You're
nah,
not young.
listen. I got a grandfather right now. He's 96. I'm 24. We're young.
You're not young.
Right.
It's women out here with 2 kids now at that age.
And
they'll show you out here with 2 kids at 18.
Right, they're young.
That's different though.
Is it?
But that's what you're supposed to do. Like, I feel like we get so caught up in this young age, like, oh, I'm supposed to find one person to be with. That don't make no sense. You don't even know who you are at 25, who you are at 28. They about to be totally different people.
Facts.
So for you to really think that you about to sit down, have sex with one person, be with one person, that's unrealistic.
So you should just be doing trial and error?
Yeah. Safely.
Hey, I mean, everybody,
Safely.
everybody different.
But
though.
you don't know nothing yet.
But Joe, let me ask you a question.
All right.
Because she had mentioned something about shit, I forgot.
Oh, you folded. But I definitely agree with the. I wouldn't say I agree with the trial and error thing, but I also do understand like why people would kind of not really tie themselves to one person sexually at this point. Just because it's kind of like, you know, I mean, I feel like we have 2 different types of people in our age group. So we have people that are super like, I only want to have sex with one person, and then you have people that are kind of like, why only have sex with one person?
Well, let me tell you why.
Why?
Because I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Keep it a buck. Let's get it.
I don't like wearing a jacket.
Oh.
And again, know your status. So
exactly.
Go ahead.
So once I know
raw dog or nah dog.
you shut your mouth. So once I know, you know, because I get tested. You feel me? I get tested. So once I know I'm good, whatever girl I'm with, I let her know, like, look, I just got tested. If she wants to see it, I can send her a copy. You know, via fax, email.
Slide it that way raw.
And we going down the water slide. Those trunks.
Hey.
Damn.
But that's because simply like if we're exclusive, you feel me? Why am I wrapping up?
But at the
so
same
you're
time,
wrapping up. So if you're not exclusive, you're wrapping up. Is what you're saying? Right.
Ooh, so if you're not exclusive, you still not wrapping up.
Right. No. Hey. I am actually. Well,
right.
Let me be. Well, what is your definition of exclusive?
Exclusive is very cut and dry. If I'm with you, I have a conversation. I'm not having sex with nobody. You're not having sex with nobody.
But we're
having sex with each other. That is exclusive. Now, how I act outside of that agreement we've made, that's a completely different conversation. But exclusivity is a conversation.
So is exclusiveness? It just means just one person, right?
Yeah.
So you can't be exclusive with 2 people.
No.
Let's look up the definition of
Why
exclusive.
not? Because I can tell you that I'm exclusive and tell another girl I'm exclusive.
Yeah, but if you're exclusive with 2 people, that would mean you have to say, I'm exclusive with you and her. And then you have to go to her and be like, I'm exclusive with you and her. You're not doing that.
I'm about to look up the definition of
I feel like women lie about that shit.
Everyone lies about that. Don't put that on women.
Nah, a nigga will tell you like, yo.
No, the hell a nigga won't.
Let's talk about it.
No, the hell a nigga won't.
Who do y'all think lies more, men or women?
They both.
Women.
No.
What the fuck is you talking about?
No, of course. You would say no. People lie. Men, women, it don't matter.
Right, but who lies more?
I don't feel like it's a more or less situation.
First of all, no woman's gonna come on and tell you that she's having sex with multiple dudes, and you
no
are
about to tell you that.
Yes,
either.
he is, because first of all, it's an ego stroker. If I'm telling you like, yeah, I mean, you're not the only one. So it's the ego stroker.
I feel like girls doing that too, though.
How many niggas you done fuck with? Ooh. None. So let me tell you.
He looked over like, what? Look at that one.
Pause.
No. Let's talk about
I'm not gonna lie about it. Women lie, but men lie and y'all lie well.
No, men don't lie.
I
Men,
think women lie
Sean,
better.
men don't lie. Men
Women
omit.
lie better, but men lie.
Let me
no,
tell you something.
they omit and they lie. You can ask a
Let me tell you
man
something.
in
Somebody-
his face, he will lie to you like it's nothing.
A woman. There's a,
Easily, with ease.
there's a lady in my life. She says that
Ooh.
she calls me a liar, right?
Shout out
And
to
I
that
tell
lady in his life listening to this podcast right now, man.
She might not listen because she's mad at him right now.
Like, oh my gosh, like,
She
let me
not-
stop now.
She not like. I be trying to tell her like, look, I'm not a liar. I just omit the truth.
That's lying.
Or no, I mean not the truth. I omit facts.
That's lying.
No,
How's that lying though?
It's not lying.
Because
What I don't.
okay, omitting a fact because you don't know, like you're just inherently omitting a fact. That's one thing.
No,
men
it's cognitively-
purposely omit facts because they know that if they include those facts, it changes the narrative.
But it's not a lie though.
It is a lie.
I didn't tell you.
If you're taking something out because you know that if you include it, the narrative will change, that is a lie.
That's not a lie.
Yes, it is.
Because if you
I'm
ask
trying to find a
me, okay, how can I put this? Okay, if you ask me if I went to school today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I say, but I didn't go to school, right? I went somewhere else, and I'm like, and you asked me, and I'm like, I went out, I did what I had to do. Didn't tell you that I went to school or not. I just didn't tell you. Does not mean I lied about where I went.
Well, that means you didn't answer the question.
You
so.
withheld the truth, bro.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that's a lie though.
It's not a lie.
You just withheld
I wouldn't say
information.
that's a lie because you just didn't answer the question.
No, but when you find out that I didn't go to school, you'd be like,
well, see, that's wrong because first of all, if I asked you a question and you gave me that funny ass answer, I'm gonna be like, that's not what I asked you.
Damn.
well, you're gonna take this answer.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
That's
So what's gonna happen?
That's
What's gonna happen if you say you're gonna take this
motherfucking
answer?
lie.
Is it over at that point, Kirsten?
First of all, yes, because see, this is the thing with women, man.
Let's get into
Here we
it.
go.
Heavy
Here we
pump
go.
thinking like shit. If a nigga gives you an answer, you're gonna take that answer.
Ooh. Let's
like,
talk about it.
Joe, he don't know me. I'm not taking shit.
Let's talk
I'm
about
not
it.
taking shit.
Are you in a
If
relationship?
I ask you a question, you won't answer my motherfucking question.
Ooh. And if you don't,
Wait,
and if you don't, it's what
and if you
happens.
don't, there's a nigga over here that will answer
Oh,
my motherfucking
that's a
question.
fact, boy.
That's period. I don't know.
See, you can't.
I'm not most women.
But
I'm
hold
not
on,
playing
hold on.
those games
Hold
with
on.
you. I'm not playing
Will
those
you
games.
tell a guy that? If you don't, will you tell a guy like, look, man, you're not doing something you doing something that I don't like, and there's another man who will do what I like. You would tell a guy that to his face?
Yes.
Shorty
You know
doing
why?
that though. It depends.
But you know why?
It's taking
But
special
listen, you know
time.
why I would? Because this is what I tell my friends all the time. Because I have girlfriends that are in all levels of life, right? I feel like when I was younger, I had an image of who I wanted to be as a woman, and like the kind of man I wanted, and what kind of woman he would want, right?
Can you share that?
The kind of woman that he would want.
No, like the image that you had. And
Yeah, the kind of man that you want. Yeah.
Like
Right.
I just had
That's
like my mom, for example. Like my mom came from nothing. She literally came from like the hood. First in her family to graduate, went to college for free on an academic scholarship.
That's
like
lit.
my mom just made something from nothing.
Shout out Black
and
Queens,
she does
man.
it with like the utmost poise, right?
Grace and elegance.
She and my mom now is like the ultimate entrepreneur. She works but has her own businesses, et cetera, et cetera. My mom is a woman I can look up to and be proud of. So ever since I was young, I knew I wanted to be someone I could look up to and be proud of, right?
Right.
So as I get older, I'm constantly working towards what that means to me and checking off things on the list, right?
Right.
So once you get to a certain point where you start checking off things on that list and you know, like, okay, this is what I want to do. I'm here now. This is what I want to do. I'm here now. You have a certain level of self-worth.
Right.
And I know that I've put the work in to be who I want to be, which means that I now have the worth to get who I want to get.
I feel that.
So if you're not fucking with what I'm telling you, that's great. There's a billion
niggas
people in this
that
world.
are.
I'm not sweating you.
I feel that.
But you're not about to play with me. If
That's-
I ask you a question, I deserve that answer because I know my worth.
I low-key
And if
feel
you
that
don't,
energy.
yeah,
though.
if you're not answering that question, that's fine. We cool. We could kick it. We could drink. We could party. We could do whatever. But I'm not playing with you.
I feel that.
And
yeah.
that's flat the fuck out. So if I ask you if you went to class today, nigga, yes or no? And if it's and you ain't
I
answering,
went to class. It was chemistry, and I learned about
right.
this.
And if you ain't answering, I'm on to the next. But like, I can't do that because I'm still working towards who I want to be. I don't have time to play these games with you and do that. I'm not doing that. But not a lot of women are like that. So
That's very
Yeah,
true.
yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
gonna
that's
say.
true.
Like,
Yeah.
you know
You
why?
know,
You know why? You know
right.
why? You know
Why?
why?
Let's hear it. Let's
You know
hear
why
it,
you
bro.
can say that? You can say that because, not to even sound cliche, you know your worth, right? And then also you can say that because you know you're intellectual. A lot of women these days, even though with a college degree, they can't express themselves like that. They only know how to express themselves with emotions of either love, quote unquote, anger, or confusion.
passion. Like,
I feel that.
Yeah,
No, I feel like, because a lot of my friends are the same way, and they'll come to me with these issues that they're having, and I'm just like, so there's how you feel, and then there's what it really is.
Yeah,
right?
Like the logic behind it.
Right.
Yeah, don't be
different.
speaking with no logic. Like, and that's the thing. If you can't speak with no logic, then I'm going to always not answer you.
Yeah,
I feel like I would argue that I'm a little bit too logical at times, though, too. I feel like I don't use enough emotion when thinking.
Nah, I don't agree.
Nah, because I feel like
you
the
think I'm more
logic is
emotional
what
than
like
logical?
steers you, like the logic is what steers you in like the right or wrong
You a sappy
direction.
nigga for real.
The emotion just gives you the compassion. I don't think that.
Nah, run that back again, bro. You said I'm a what?
A sappy nigga.
He
I'm a
wildin',
sappy nigga. Let's
but
talk about it,
he-
bro. How
he
am I sappy?
wildin'.
No, expose me.
I mean,
Expose me.
I've pretty much known you my whole life. You
Okay.
know? We family and shit.
Expose me. I'm a sappy nigga.
I'm not exposing you. That's not me.
No, I know it's not even exposing, but like, hey, like I feel like I operate.
I don't
with
feel like
logic.
you feel like you're unemotional like you feel you are.
I would say that
Okay.
I am not as emotionally invested in women as I should be.
That's because you haven't found the right one.
Low key, no, but I think I have found the right one at times.
Yeah, no,
And then
I wouldn't say that.
and then,
Sometimes
you
it's like
know-
an out of body experience. Like, have you ever
Yeah.
been with somebody and you know,
That sounds like
you like see yourself and you're like, I should be doing this because they're this
Yeah.
kind of person, but you just can't.
Yeah, man.
Wait, explain that.
Like,
You folded, bro. Like,
yeah, like I don't know, like I don't know. I feel like I've been through a lot of I've been through some pretty bad relationships, right?
Right.
So then when a good man is presented to me, I'll like act out a character,
Mm-hmm.
and I may in my mind be like, "Yo, what are you doing? Like you're wilding right now."
Right.
But like how I innately act, that doesn't reflect that, and it's just like a product of the experiences.
And I think a lot of us try to do that too, and that's kind of what messes up some situations. Like when you're trying to talk to somebody initially,
Hell yeah,
you try
like,
to like switch up how
man.
you are, and then like,
I can look back right now and be like, "Damn, I folded one couple."
yeah, man.
Honestly, I don't.
You don't fold. You don't fold.
I don't fold.
100%
You don't
for the
fold.
flip.
Good for you.
Head ass. He lying like
Good
shit.
for you,
Every
right? 'Cause
man
I done
folds.
folded.
Be real. I don't. You know me, bruh.
You folded before.
Damn.
When?
I'm not gonna drop no names.
Yeah,
but
with my
hey,
mic, with my mic.
You don't have to drop names, but tell me the situation.
most recent situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You feel me?
Oh, nah. I mean,
It's okay to fold.
with
We all
that
fold.
situation, with that situation, I don't really feel like I folded because that relationship ran its course.
I mean, yeah, it went for a minute.
You know, it ran its course, and
But I mean, it was a fold on your part that ended it ultimately, though. You feel me?
Listen,
So
that's
you can't say I
your
never
man
fooled.
telling you that.
Nah.
you right. But that's not the kind of fold she's talking about though.
Yes,
She's-
it is.
No, you was talking about how you knew that you folded because the guy was actually a good guy.
And you messed up, and
Yeah,
this girl
but-
was actually a good
Not
girl.
even that I
No.
did, but not that I did.
But I just
something wrong.
told you the
I mean,
relationship.
she was like crazy, whatever. You know what I'm saying? A little bit,
yeah, that's
little
different.
bit. You know what I mean?
I'm literally saying like, okay, you wanted this kind of guy.
No,
Boom,
yeah.
Here's this kind
Exactly.
of guy for you,
Exactly.
and you
Right.
weren't ready for
But
that.
that's not
Yeah.
the situation.
Okay.
I didn't fold. I folded because I was tired of the shit. You feel me? So, ladies, you know I'm single. If you trying to holler, at me,
Shout out your at one more time, man.
you
Say
know,
it.
at me, DinaTime_. You know I'm a fine chocolate. You're about age.
Hey.
He said you're my angel.
You're my
All
angel,
right.
man. Y'all know vibes,
Oh,
man.
all right, all right.
What do you mean by all right?
It's
What do
a
you gotta
fact.
say?
Nah, but
All
okay,
right,
all right. No. So let's get back to this topic though. So we're talking about soul ties and whether or not they exist in every intimate scenario, every intimate situation. And I have a question for you. I want to know. Okay, so you've built a soul tie with somebody, right? There's somebody that you've interacted with. Maybe it's somebody you didn't necessarily like, but you interacted with them sexually for an extended period of time, or you guys were talking for a super long time, but you guys didn't necessarily have sex, right? Is it possible that after that fallout, let's say a year or two after, that soul tie can be broken?
Definitely.
How so?
So this is funny because this is actually something that I've recently dealt with.
Oh my gosh.
There was
That's so
like
crazy.
a guy that I dated like years ago,
Right.
and I thought I was in love with this man for real.
Damn.
And he came back, and this is what I was talking about before. Like who I was when I was with him is very different than who I
you are
am now.
Yeah.
And I just remember looking at him like, nah.
You're not my type.
Like you're not my
yeah.
type. I don't feel any type of connection.
with
I just
you.
don't feel it.
I feel
Yeah,
that.
I'm different.
Yeah,
I'm different.
I feel that. What you think, bro? Do you think a soul tie can be broken, or do you think that's something that lasts forever, like till the grave?
Nah. Yeah. Soul ties can definitely be broken through prayer. I ain't gonna hold you. Like I've had.
So you take the religious route.
No,
with it.
I mean not even just. I'm not even trying to sound holier than thou, but honestly, I've had situations where like I'll be dreaming about certain women, and I'll have to pray to God like, yo, what are you trying to say to me? Like, should I reach out to the person?
But can that not just be a memory though?
No, it's not a.
There's
memory.
actually a theory that says
Nigga,
that like
it's not a memory.
there's a theory. Listen, because there's a theory
He's
that
triggered.
says
He's
no,
triggered.
he is, man. He's making faces at me and whatnot in here, man. But nah, like there's a theory that whoever like the faces that you see in your dreams are a face that you have encountered at some point in your life, whether or not you
Yeah,
realize
because I would
it or
even
not.
combat that because I am one for dreams, right? I'll have dreams about guys that I've never even like dated. And that would be my trigger to be like, wow, should you maybe potentially start talking to this guy? But I've never had a dream about, like, in the reverse. Like, a guy that I've been with and then dreamed about him after the fact. So, like, I wouldn't even necessarily say that's a soul tie. Because I've had dreams of guys I've never even dated before.
Exactly. Is that a soul tie at that point?
Said that,
right.
But we also said that you can have a soul tie with somebody you never even dated.
Okay, that's true.
No, not even just dated. I don't even know this man for real. We might be in the same proximity. I don't even know you.
Oh, yeah, I can't speak.
And I done seen you in a dream and been like, whoa,
exactly.
that's definitely not a soul tie.
Which just debunks your theory that dreaming about somebody is a soul tie. Because it's possible to dream about complete strangers.
Yeah, you know they say that your dreams...
No, not multiple dreams, bro.
One dream with the same people.
I'm talking about I'm having multiple dreams about a particular set of people.
But you know that they say that there's no one in your dreams that you haven't seen in real life.
Yeah.
So it could be anybody. You could have been walking down the street and seen a face, not even knew you saw the face, and
internalized
then now
that
it's in your
face.
dream.
Exactly. And that's not a soul tie. At that point, that's just your memory, your subconscious, your brain subconsciously spitting out information that it already received.
I feel like you're trying to misconstrue the whole power of a soul tie, bro.
Bruh. No, I'm saying it exists in certain scenarios, bro.
Exist.
So certain scenarios, like you said, let's say it's a situation, a situation where, you know what I'm saying, you sleeping with somebody consistently, right? And this is somebody that y'all, you know what I'm saying, going at it pretty consistent basis, you know what I'm saying, day to day, week to week, whatever the case may be, right? And that's it. Like, you don't really feel any emotional connection to that person. If y'all were to fall off, after a while, you're going to be like, damn, like, I miss this person just off the strength of like, yo, this person was such a big part of my life.
In my life, right.
Granted, it was just a sexual impact. I mean, hey, here and there, y'all might have gone out, right? But for the most part, it was just a sexual thing. You know what it is. Yo, pull up. It's midnight. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little tipsy off this sangria. You feel me? At that point, it's like, that's really all it was. But once that person dips out of your life, or like, let's even put another part in there. So let's say, you know what I'm saying, you just friends with benefits with somebody, and that person gets a significant other. And you start to feel some type of way, like, damn, like, even though I ain't like Shorty, like, Shorty got a nigga now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a soul tie, bro, personally.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that. But I also feel like, you know, you can have a soul tie with somebody that, you know, y'all just friends with benefits. I mean, not friends with benefits, but y'all just talking. Like, y'all just talk on a regular basis.
No, I mean, I've had that too, like situations where it's not sexually based or whatever, but, you know, I still felt a connection to them. What you think?
Yeah, I definitely see that because I feel like for some people, before situations even become sexual, there has to be like
some type of connection. In some cases, you know what I'm saying, you start out with the sex, and then at that point, you
definitely a good amount of cases where people are just having sex.
That's a fact.
Like, and the sex is not intimate. Just because you have sex with somebody, it's a shame. It shouldn't be this way. I don't feel like.
So sex is not a form of intimacy?
Not for everybody.
I mean, yeah. So not. I would say sex can be a form of intimacy, but sex is not always intimate.
Right? Because like if you think about it, like, so like for some people, they like have like threesome. They like to do wild shit sexually. Right. That's not intimate. It's like they just having sex and they want to do some wild shit while they do it. Like, they're not trying to be intimate. The sex is just an activity for them. Yeah. They want it to be like exciting or crazy or whatever the case may be. Like, that's not intimacy.
Like, literally, think about porn stars.
Right.
You think them niggas have soul ties?
Every time they have sex on the camera, that's not intimate.
You think them niggas have soul ties?
Right.
Bugging.
Would you marry a porn star?
No.
Hell
chance. No chance. Like,
hell no.
Because they're literally a porn star.
No, not even.
What?
Okay. And scene.
I just feel like I wouldn't even want that kind of like energy. That her soul, her energy.
It's not soul, bro.
It's not her soul.
It is, bro.
No, because it's the same way. Look, boom. So I work at a nightclub. Mm-hmm. Every day, guys come in there, talk to me, rap to me, whatever the case may be. I don't know you. I don't even know your name. You have no connection to me. We may have had a whole conversation. You are nothing to me. You are nothing but a facet of my job. Right. And then when I leave my job, Monday through Friday, I don't even know who you are. Right. And then the weekend comes, I'm at work. Then it's the same thing for a porn star, the same thing for a stripper. Y'all really think These strippers out here giving a fuck about you,
Like
whispering their ear.
They don't like
They
you,
don't give a
bruh.
fuck about you. They want that dollar.
They
It's
don't
not.
like
It
you,
ain't no
bro.
connection.
I can't respect no stripper anyways.
Damn, that's wild. You should.
Talk about it.
That's wild.
Talk about it.
That's
Ooh,
wild.
things get kind of
That's wild.
feisty in here.
That's one profession I can't respect.
Oh, talk about that. Like, why? Let's
I
talk
would
about
respect
it.
the drug dealer before I respect the stripper.
Let's talk about it.
That's wild.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about
Let's
it.
talk about why you feel like you were the one to dictate who should get respect.
Ooh, let's talk about it.
It's a man's world.
Oh, okay. What you gotta say about
But
that, Kirsten?
it would be nothing without what? Finish the lyric.
Ooh,
Without a man.
No, that's not how the words go.
how the words go?
It'd be nothing without a woman.
Oh.
Cause,
I mean, you're right.
Cause y'all men ain't birthing no goddamn men now.
No, but seriously though, I can't respect the stripper because, I know a couple girls I went to school with, and matter of fact, somebody told me the other day that a girl that I went to high school with is a porn star now. And I just can't respect that because it's like you taking the easy way out.
No, let me tell you
How's
something.
that the easy way out?
Now let me stop that right there.
Let's talk about it.
First of all, we live in, like you said, a man's world.
A man's world, okay.
So it's already hard for a woman off top to make something.
That's fine.
Now, let me stop you right there.
You are not gonna stop me.
No. Let her finish.
So then we walk around clothed. We walk around hiding all of our parts, right?
Right.
Do you know how hard it is for some, not all, but for some women to just expose themselves? Do you know what kind of situation you have to be in?
It clearly isn't that hard. I go on my Instagram, all them bitches is half naked.
Pull up your Instagram and show me a girl popping pussy.
Pull it up. He said pull it up.
Hey man, my Instagram job ratchet, so you gonna see.
That so then it should be real easy. Pull it up.
So why they pulling that up?
I don't
I just
like
want to
that.
shut myself out
I feel
again.
like for a woman to
pod,
enter into that field of sex work, like it's a different kind of situation that you as a man can't really speak on.
Different level of like money. That
It's
you
just
need
different.
type thing.
But it's like it requires a different mentality.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
it's not.
What
as
is the mentality?
easy.
You literally
It's
doing it
not
because
as
you want to get
easy
paid.
as you. If you're doing it because you have to. Do you
No,
think
you don't have
that
to.
do you think that any of those strippers would ideally strip if they didn't have to?
That's true.
Do you think that
like that's not
anybody
like an
would
ideal
sell their
thing.
vagina if they didn't have to? That's like saying people on the street. Do you think people on the street would beg for change if they didn't have to?
It's true though. Yeah.
They wouldn't do that shit if they didn't have to.
So imagine
they're literally at a point of survival.
No.
Yes, they are.
So so what about the people who are in school
What about them?
and they're stripping on the side? So you telling me you couldn't get a job at Foot Locker like everybody else?
And do what with that $9.99 check? What
Why
you
does
gotta
it matter?
do?
You grind into what you got to get to, right?
I feel like that's you coming from a position of like privilege.
Privilege. Check your
Yeah.
privilege, King.
Privilege.
Definitely.
I'm far from privilege. Anybody
let's
who
talk
knows
about
me,
it. Let's
Stop.
talk
No, okay, so here's the thing. No,
Let's talk about it.
But see, here's the thing. Privilege, as in the sense of you being a man in a man's world, that grants you a level of privilege.
No, I don't have that
yes,
privilege.
It does.
I don't have that privilege. First of all, I'm a black man in a man's world.
Right, but
So-
you're still a man.
No, it doesn't. It means nothing.
It does. Just like,
means
for
nothing.
example, you
And-
being
and-
a heterosexual man
Hey.
gives you a level of privilege that a homosexual man may not have.
We ain't even gonna go talk about
I'm just
that.
saying, everyone has privilege. as a female,
Niggas trying to
as
get
a
problematic.
heterosexual female, have privilege.
but this is the
we
thing,
all
though.
have privilege. But I feel like you can't speak on another person's situation, and you definitely, as a man, can't speak on
How do you know
a
that?
woman's situation.
How do you know women are stripping because they have to, though?
I'm not saying all of them, but I'm saying you can't count out the ones that are and say that you don't respect them.
True.
So all them girls who are on Love and Hip Hop and all them shows, you telling me they had Cardi B and all them?
There's billions of people in
They
this world.
stripped because they had to.
I mean, there was a video out about Cardi
Billions
B
of people
though,
in
about
this
how she
world.
was saying she was robbing niggas because she felt desperation to do so, which is pretty wild though.
That's
bro.
wild.
So you telling me
She's
you came
dragging
to your
niggas. Cardi B,
you,
that's
so
an
you,
L,
so
bro.
you
I'm
telling me
sorry.
that you telling me that Cardi B felt like she was at her bottom
All
bottom
I'm
of the bottom,
saying
so
is-
she had to drug niggas
All
and
I'm
rob them.
saying is I've had and I haven't had. So I'm never gonna disrespect somebody who's doing what they feel they need to do
But
get
you
that
didn't
money.
strip.
get it.
But you didn't strip, right?
Because I didn't have to. But what if I had
Nobody
to?
has to.
No.
It's a form of
Clearly
entertainment.
people have
That's why it's a commodity because it's entertainment.
Not for them. I promise you, as a woman, as a mother, as a sister, as a daughter, your last dream for yourself is to be popping your vagina.
No, some women really like doing that.
Some, but not all
But
of
then
them.
again, I think that's like a social media thing too. Like a lot of people are
Right.
like, oh,
I promise you.
wanna drop out and
if
be a
they
stripper,
could,
like,
they
oh.
wouldn't be doing that.
I think some would, but some would not.
Right. And
So
you can't
I think
discount
but I
them
mean,
for
I would
that.
definitely say that some strippers are stripping because you know what I'm saying
That's like
they,
that. That's the thing
They
now.
trying to shake that cake.
They trying to get put on, right? But a lot of strippers, because you're thinking about like the the popping ass strippers. Think about them strippers in them no name ass strip clubs that's really popping it for nothing. They don't want to be doing that shit.
Popping it for a dub.
Right. They don't want to be doing that. I was in the stadium the other day. This girl was working hard as hell. Niggas watching the basketball game. They give a fuck about her.
Was she bad?
Nah, you know.
Oh, that's why. That's why.
But I'm just saying, don't count all strippers out, because you never know.
I ain't counting none of them bitches in.
Damn.
Kill. No, I mean, I would say for me, it's a matter of, I don't think I would date a stripper or a porn star, but I wouldn't say that I don't respect them. So, because I feel like Kirsten made a good point about think about what put them in that position to have to do that.
Let me ask you.
Or even but listen, what about a bottle girl?
They're not strippers.
That's
different. That's just like.
But I'm saying people it's an industry.
But you can't.
You would look at, but
that's not the same.
But I'm saying I'm not comparing the two. But I'm saying there's a certain connotation with being a bottle girl.
What's the connotation?
Like it's not the best.
But
you got a girl in a club all the time in niggas' faces. Like, it's not the best connotation, but you never know.
No, I look at bottle girls the same way I look at girls who work at Hooters.
Just a restaurant in general, for real. Like, I don't think that's like, I can't compare like a bottle girl
I can't compare
a stripper, because like, you're not stripping. Like, you just presenting niggas at tables with
Let me ask you a question, Joe. If you had a close female friend, let's say Kirsten was your close female friend, right?
Right.
And you know she was, like y'all is 21, 22 and still in college, or
right.
19, 20 still in college.
Right.
And you know she was down bad, right?
Right.
And she decided to tell you, Joe, I'm thinking about applying at, the local strip club just to make, some dollars. Would you advise her to do that?
I would be like, have you looked into anything else? Realistically, that's just the type of nigga I am, though. I mean, I don't know if that makes me misogynist. If it is, I don't care. I mean, I don't care.
Would want
but
better for their friend than
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, even if you say like, oh yeah, who are you to dictate what I do? The fact that you came to me and told me like, yo, this is my situation and this is what I'm trying to do, I would advise against it, just because like, I would rather not see my friend in that light. Just because I know, like, what's kind of associated with that stuff like that, especially in the social media era, bruh. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got a nigga out on a snap posting, my friend.
Nah, I definitely
shaking her ass.
But all I'm saying is, like, we live in a society where money rules all. Right? So if you got to get money, if you got to take care of yourself, I'm never going to knock anybody's hustle.
Yeah.
Because stripping is not easy. You think it's easy, you just getting it. No. Stripping isn't easy.
Some of them shorties nice though, facts.
No, they're nice, but they also have nights where they go home with $0 and
yeah, but then the next night they walking out with $5,000 cash.
Maybe.
I mean, it depends on the strip club too,
right?
Man. Like like all them joints in like Pittsburgh and shit, man. Shout out to Pittsburgh strippers and this shit, man. I know y'all.
They working.
Grinding. You know what I'm saying? And we come up on like 200. You feel me?
No, but like to go back to the question. So like you say that you advise her to look somewhere else,
right?
But she's like, you know what, Joe, you're not my father. I'm gonna do it.
At that point, I'm not your father.
Right, you're not. But
as your friend, though, I'm gonna counsel against it, just because I think you can do other things. But if you say you're not my father, at that point, it's like, all right, nigga, I'm not your father.
But at the same time, no one can judge you, but God.
I feel that.
No, you can't judge me.
Yes,
because at the end of the day,
you're right.
You don't know. Like, you don't know people's circumstances.
What I'm going through, yeah.
Why you can't work 2-3 jobs?
It doesn't matter. Sometimes you can.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Why can't you?
You sound like a Republican.
Oh, are you Republican? Are you Republican? DinaTime voted for Donald Trump, man. Trump 2020, huh?
But it's just sometimes it's not in your. That's not your. That's not your job.
I just know that when it comes to grinding, like, can't nobody tell me the formula when it comes to grinding.
Exactly. So
I feel like
is part of my formula. Then goddamn it,
I wrote that shit.
Stripping is part of my formula. And I'm stripping and I'm grinding. I'm making my bands.
That's the math way formula. That's the math way formula. That's the CUI math formula. That's the formula that all you gotta do is plug it in and it gives you the answers. But I'm talking about you literally writing down the formula for how you gonna grind and sit there and think about it and really meditate on what you're gonna do to get what you need to get and to get to where you need to get. I'm by no means do I knock anybody's hustle, but like I said, I can't.
But you are.
I can't respect it. I can't respect it.
That's literally knocking it.
I think it's a cop out. Yes, I think it's a cop out.
And I just want you to know that it's absolutely not.
I mean, but I think.
And for all the strippers out there.
I've been working 2-3 jobs since I was 18
Me
years
too.
old.
I've been working 2-3 jobs since I was 16. I put myself through college.
Hey, that's right. What's up?
Are you the only one?
Hey, what's up?
Nah, Bruno.
My man Dina said I'm covering my school too. What's up?
Like I've literally, like, anybody who knows me, man, I don't have no student loans. I've been paying out of pocket. Like, out of pocket. Like I
Me
know
too.
when niggas been like I Joe can attest to this. To ask a nigga for $20 just because you need to put some gas in your car, like, but if I wanted to be like, yo, let me hit up some of the niggas from around the way, get this quarter, sell that shit real quick, or get this ounce of weed, sell that shit real quick, and just continuously do that. Why couldn't I do that? Or why couldn't I be one of these?
But I'm saying,
why couldn't I be one of these?
But you respect that, right? You respect the nigga that will do that as opposed to the stripper.
You will respect the
It's
Pac-Man
not. What's
over
the
the stripper?
difference?
Yes.
So you would respect the man selling to our community, hurting our community.
Don't speak about our community because
I'm just saying
your community.
You would speak to that, but you don't fuck with the stripper.
What has your community done for you?
Ooh.
What my community has done a lot for me.
Exactly. What has the strip club done for people besides mess up homes?
The strip club ain't mess up no damn home, Tristan. You took your ass to the strip club.
Tristan Thompson.
You took your ass to that strip
No.
club. That strip club ain't
That
messing
nigga
up
6'11" pulling up to a damn strip club.
Hell
Nigga
yeah,
trying to be
nah,
moving up, kissing
bruh.
up on his waist in the
Don't
section.
blame that on the strip
You
club
too
now.
big for that shit,
Think about
nigga.
it. You really don't think the strip club is messing people's homes up?
No more than drugs.
Hey, I mean, let's touche those, huh? You feel me?
No
Like,
more than drugs.
strip club
Drugs,
culture.
the dealers is going to jail. People is addicted.
Yeah, niggas that buying that shit going to jail too, for real.
Like,
And the women that's in the clubs getting raped, selling ass, being pimped.
I mean, that's destructive too.
so it's a bad and a bad. Like, they're both shitty.
Yeah, but
no evil is better
one,
than the
one
other.
is legal and one is illegal.
Exactly. You know
So
what's
why
illegal?
not? Why not?
Good
Selling
drug
drugs.
dealing.
But why not?
And that's the one you respect.
but hold up.
But let it be niggas on the pole and women selling drugs. Let's see what you say then.
Woo!
I can't speak on that.
You can.
I mean, because there's definitely women out there that be selling drugs, though, man. The other day, my man's copped some packs from a young lady out DC. That shit was
All
bullshit.
I'm saying is,
that shit was trash.
all I'm saying is, everybody has their own path. Everybody has their own hustle. I am no better than the next man, and what your hustle is, what your hustle is.
Correct.
That don't got nothing to do with me. You stripping, you selling drugs, you a doctor. That don't got nothing to do
All
with
I
me.
know is if.
And I respect it all.
If I was
Get it how you live.
If I was meeting a young lady and she, I asked her what you do and she was like, oh, I work at Stadium. Sorry, I can't talk to you no more.
I mean, I guess it's to each his own at that point.
Yeah,
but
but
you know what I'm saying? In terms of like
Cause
actually
I
respecting.
know, cause my thing is this. Like,
That's a preference thing, though.
my
You know
thing
what
is
I'm
this.
saying?
You supposed to be my lady, and everybody get to see your ass. What you bring home for me?
What the hell that mean? There's girls out here now that's y'all calling y'all ladies and everybody done seen their ass.
Oh, let's talk about
And
it.
they ain't strippers.
But on your,
I can't speak on that. I can't speak on that.
She said, "Everybody seeing their ass. Is your soul tied to them?"
Look, some of these niggas be big hurt. Definitely a soul tie.
Nah,
They
man,
be big
like,
hurt.
I don't know. Every woman that I've encountered, I like the good girls. I don't really be going for the girls who got too much clout.
You going for the church girls?
I want to say that.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to say that. I mean, but shit, I could be. I mean,
What's your type, bro? Like what kind of what do you look for in a woman? Just character wise, not even appearance, character wise.
character wise, she definitely has to be smart. Like
Educated or just smart?
no, like intellectual. You don't even gotta be intellectual. You don't have to go to school to be intellectual.
Right.
Fair.
Like be able to have this conversation. Like you could tell that she knows what the fuck she be talking about. You feel me?
Right.
Like you have to have that. You have to have a sense of care for responsibility. You know what I mean? Like a responsible person, someone who takes accountability for their actions. Someone who I don't know. I don't want to sound
Cliche.
Right.
yeah. Please.
Nah, yeah, you might as well sound cliche, bro. You already here, bro.
Like,
might
you
as well-
already in it.
Might as
You
well
already
land
in
this
it.
plane,
But
man.
somebody who's like family oriented. Like I feel like a lot of women this generation these days
Ooh.
are selfish, bruh.
Oh.
Damn.
What you think? What you think? What you think? What you think?
It makes me so mad because I feel like it becomes a man versus woman thing. I don't think it's a man and a woman thing. I
Like,
think
who's better, right?
Right. I think as millennials, we are all selfish.
Nah, I ain't no selfish.
I agree. I
No,
agree that.
our generation is, and it's not a bad thing. I feel like our parents put our future ahead of their own desires, right?
That's true.
And so we're in a position. Hell yeah, they did.
I feel like I'm saying just in terms of like the things that they did to make sure that
They
you were
sacrificed they
good.
made for us. So now we're in a position where we can like live our wildest dreams and know that
Yeah.
if shit fails, like Not everybody, but you got something to fall back on.
Right.
And I feel like just knowing that, we're selfish. Like, I went to college and I decided to not do anything with my degree and do some completely other shit. That's selfish as fuck.
Selfish to who?
My parents who paid for my damn, who set me up for that.
I mean, to a certain degree, I mean,
yeah, that's selfish as hell.
That money is going.
My parents worked, moved us to Howard County, to all types of shit to set me up for success. Shout out to Hoko. And I was like, nah, I'm doing something different. But that's because that's what I wanted to do. That's what I felt like I needed to be doing. Because I could. I had that luxury of being able to do so. I had the privilege.
So what if you don't have that luxury?
That fallback net, yeah.
Listen, I can't attest to that.
Which a lot of people don't, too.
I can't speak to that.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people who don't have it like that. Whose parents, didn't plan for their future or don't have the foundation laid out for them for them to be able to go to school and not use their degree. Excuse me. I know people who literally are dependent on their degree because their degree is literally their ticket
the
to
key out.
Yeah,
exactly.
So
I mean, it depends on the situation by situation too, though.
But as a generation, we're just very into ourselves. We're very narcissistic. Like, look at Instagram.
But he asked me.
Instagram is a very narcissistic.
Like, what the fuck? We literally post all day about ourselves. Twitter. Who the fuck do you think gives a fuck about your thoughts all day, every day?
That's a fact. I mean, others do care.
But like, you just posting your damn thoughts.
That's a fact.
Because you think that they're just so important that everybody has to see them.
That's a fact.
Like, we are very much a generation for self. It's not a man thing. It's not a woman thing.
And that goes back to what he asked me. What do I like? And like I said, I don't like girls who have 2,000 followers on their Instagrams.
You like 50 followers, 300 following.
Nah.
He capping because don't nobody want a girl that niggas don't want.
Nobody want.
Right.
And vice versa too, though.
Right.
No, vice versa. Nah, because if you got a girl that niggas don't want, then that means you're shorty not up to par.
But
feel me?
Right.
But hold up, I'm not out there on the social media like that. I don't got mad following like that.
Okay.
And I still get mad joints.
Oh, my man said you get mad joints.
So
wow.
You're literally saying what we said, which is.
So you're promiscuous. Wow.
Wow,
you're
I didn't say
big.
that.
Hold on. When did that even come out
Wow.
of my mouth?
You said you get mad joints.
Okay, what does that have to do with promiscuous?
I mean, promiscuous means, you're somebody who's just kind of getting joints.
No, it just means that I'm an attractive guy.
What? That is not what promiscuous means.
Yeah, it doesn't
No,
mean
I'm
that.
saying, I'm talking about what I'm saying.
But that's not what promiscuous means.
I'm not talking about being
But you
promiscuous.
said you get mad joints.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying you're getting mad joints. But
But
the attractiveness aspect doesn't feed into the fact that you are promiscuous as a result of it. You see what I'm saying? So you being attractive and getting mad joints means that you are promiscuous. It doesn't matter the reason.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter the reason.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, like, for what I like, I don't want a girl who is a clout chaser.
How can you even say you have mad joints and then be a huge advocate of soul ties? That just looping it back together again.
That just means I'm a messed up individual internally.
Wow.
Which means that I'm. This was saying.
Stay tuned for episode 6.
Nah, it like every time I come on your show, Joe, I'm gonna tell your fans. I'm gonna get them to 100% me. I am not gonna
keep it real, bro.
That's what you should do.
I'm not gonna bullshit. Nah,
no filter, man.
People get on this joint when they get all Hollywood and shit.
That's why they need that Capriccio.
Hey, Capriccio, man. We got Capriccio.
We sipping on that prime
water. Don't play with it. Look, give him a real you.
That Prime's DC tap might die after this show, but nah,
like I'm leave. Nah, continue though.
Nah, but like
wait, can I ask you something though?
What's up?
So this girl that you're describing,
okay,
the characteristics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that you? Do you feel like you would be that to someone else?
Are you a reflection of that? Yeah.
If I was if I was a woman, I'd be a fucking catch.
So the thing is, you said you don't want a girl that's out here, right? Out chasing, et cetera, but you out here and you said you get women.
Yeah.
But you don't want your girl to get niggas?
She can, but what I'm saying is like, if some women are actively looking for that attention.
For some women, you don't have to actively look for shit. It just comes.
Because if you bad, you bad.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's the ratio. Sometimes
you're speaking from a perspective of a woman who's attractive.
That's true.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Kirsten the cutie though.
Like, it's not too many joints out here that are like,
But I know you'd have seen joints that is less than attractive.
Poop joints.
Getting hella nigga attention. You be like, what the hell?
She must have a badass body.
No, that's not true.
Either that
because there's some joints that be super poop face, poop body.
Do you know
attitude,
what? Do you know?
like this.
Do you know what it is?
What?
Somebody has hit, and then a nigga knows that that dude hit, and your man say, pillow talking ass niggas, hey, yeah, that joint was fire. So he's like, oh, word,
The thrax.
yeah. So I
got to see.
So he might see, cause let's be real. If you do is actively pursuing a joint he knows is trash.
I'm weak. This nigga dead ass said poop.
I don't think I was actually told by. I was talking to a young lady, just a random conversation, nothing serious. But I was speaking to her, and she was like, "Wow, that's so disrespectful that you use the word poop to, describe women." But I don't.
Yo, that really bugs me. I hate because I have a friend now, and she don't like when I call girls ugly.
I mean, if you poop, but I think
I feel like we all have our strengths. I can't spell really well. We all have our, we all have our weaknesses, and
But
it is what it is.
I honestly feel like in this day and age, women can't be ugly.
Yes, the fuck they can. I saw this girl on Instagram. No, listen. I saw this girl on Instagram the other day, just caked on makeup. I'm like, yo, you look crazy.
But was it good though?
No,
yeah, that's a difference.
But the thing is, I don't know because to a man, she might have looked good, but I'm looking at her like you got too much makeup. The bundles is down to your ankles, like you just look wild.
But niggas are starting to notice shit like that though too, like what's good makeup, what's bad makeup, what's good wigs
sometimes
too.
it's just too much.
I don't know all the terminology, but I know like if you got your little shape up in the front, you know what I'm talking about, the little extra hair.
Front on, you saying with the front on?
Yeah.
Stiff wear.
Right there.
They do be saying that though.
Nah, but I honestly, women, that's another thing I look for in a woman. Is she upkeeps herself?
Right.
Are you always shopping on Fashion Nova?
Listen, chill on Fashion Nova.
Nah, they be having
having pieces.
That nigga Nova was an L though, boy. Big facts.
The Fashion Nova men don't
Big facts.
Don't y'all do that shit.
Nah, but that's what I'm
Continue.
saying. Do you think about that stuff? Are you cognitive about your parents, or are you always out here showing your cleavage or showing cheeks? I don't like shit like that.
So you like a church girl?
No.
That's how.
Let's be real. The church that you go to.
Oh.
Do joints always be covered up?
Pause. What church? What church?
Reached the end.
Now we
not gonna drop that.
We ain't gonna do that. But even or churches that we grew up in.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't gonna say no names on that.
Mm-hmm.
You got women who come to church dressed like
Anyhow, Abby.
It's as if Sunday brunch.
Sunday brunch or something like that. Just going to the after party.
Sipping on that.
The mimosas, man.
Yeah, the bottomless joints.
No, but I wouldn't play that into it though. I feel like we're also in a different era of how women dress and stuff like that. So I try not to think too much about that.
I like a little tasteful cleavage.
Yeah,
I can't do much to hide this wagon I'm dragging back here.
Hey, Shorty got the cake.
Tasteful cleavage.
Yes.
There's a such thing for sure.
There's definitely a
such
thing.
when you showing some, but you know what I'm saying, you're not showing all of it.
Can you wear it to church?
I wouldn't have my titties on at church, no. But that's just me. I also go to church in my bedroom, so I don't really know.
Bedside Baptist.
Bedside Baptist, I don't really.
I don't be popping food.
It do. They got the best breakfast.
I was just about to say that. Great minds thinking but we're gonna land this plane here, though, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 5 of the J.I.D. podcast. Once again, man, we brought my boy DinaTime back, and we got Kirsten in the building too. Shout out to our Instagrams one more time.
You already know. Follow me, DinaTime_.
All right, what's yours?
At KR dot.
KR dot. That's DOT at the end. That's not just a period. But, ladies and gentlemen, once again, the topic for this week was, do soul ties exist after every intimate relationship you have, regardless of if sex was involved? 66% of people voted no. 34% of people voted yes. But let's know what y'all think, man. Hashtag JID Podcast on Twitter, man. Let's start that up a little bit. We haven't started that yet. But without further ado, man, it's episode 5 of JID Podcast, man.